This is a video that will show you our latest project in our Flagstaff Classic travel trailer. First, a little background. This is a problem that developed the very day that we got the trailer, the very day that we brought it home. This is the countertop at the front of the bedroom, or at the front of the trailer in the bedroom. And as you can see, there's little pieces missing here. And the first one of these chipped off literally the day we brought the trailer home, because this edge just catches on stuff here. And so, over time, we lost little pieces. My first inquiry with Flagstaff was to see, could I get a replacement countertop that was not laminated, like this was a solid surface, because they're putting the solid surface countertops in this trailer model now, but I was not able to get one. So Flagstaff's answer was, well, we can send you the new piece that you can just glue on there and replace and I thought that's not going to be an answer either, because it's just going to do it all over again. So after some investigation online, watching some videos, this is what we've come up with for our solution. It is Rust-Oleum Home Marble Countertop Kit. It is basically paint, which is designed to cover over countertops like this and make them look more modern and new. So what we're going to do, and this will be over a matter of days, first I'm going to peel this off. After that, I will rough the top up with some sandpaper, but this kit says you don't have to pull the top off. It's a 3-step process where you put a first coat on that's a color coat, and then you put an epoxy coat over that, and then there's also some supply in here to do marbling. I'm not going to use the marbling, we're just going to leave it white. And supposedly, after you do this, it will be strong enough after it dries for 7 days that you won't have any more problems with this chipping. So we're gonna see, because it should be all covered and sealed with epoxy, and ideally we want it to look somewhat like this over here. These are the little nightstands that we have. This is solid surface plastic here. We have that there, and in the bathroom counter is the same thing. And I don't understand why Flagstaff didn't do a similar countertop here. But anyway, we're going to fix this and have it be better looking and more durable. And so we will shoot video segments over the course of this project and show you how it all comes together. So here we go. Okay, here we are, step 2 of our process. So I have to take all the edge off. Now the paint that we've gotten, the material we've gotten says don't take off the top, just take off the edge. So that's what I've done. It was surprisingly difficult to take off, as easy as it had chipped over the months that we've had the trailer. I thought I'd just pull it right off, and there were some sections that did just pull right off, but there were also some sections where the glue was really heavy and it took a while to get it off. So that has come off. I have taped around the edge. I've taped under here so I don't slop any of this coating anywhere it doesn't need to be. I will be putting plastic sheeting down here before I do this. And there is a cleaner that you put on the top to get it really nice and clean. But according to the product package, you don't have to do any sanding or any removal or anything like that. So just get it nice and clean. So we're going to do that. And then after we get it nice and clean, we'll put on the first coat. All right, this is the next step of our process. As you can see, I've taken the edge off here, and I have used plastic sheeting to make sure we don't spill anything. And I have taped the edges, and then the next step is to use this heavy-duty cleaner that comes with the paint kit to get the countertop nice and clean. And I don't know how much coverage this would give you if you were doing a whole kitchen, but it's plenty for us to do just this little counter here. So we're getting it nice and clean so that we can apply the first coat of the paint. All right, so we're starting our first coat. The instructions say that this will need to be 2 coats. So this is the first coat. I'm going to start with the brush on the edge like this, and then I'm going to run the roller on the rest of it. But since the edge is going to need to have some pretty good thickness, I'm doing this with the brush. Okay, here we are after our first coat, and this is what it looks like. It looks pretty good. It's not very drippy. It's a little thicker than typical paint, but not tremendously so. It's not as thick as pancake batter, but it's a little less than that. It went on real smooth. I can see that if I were doing a whole kitchen, that box would not be enough. We'd probably need 4 or 5 of these quarts because I've used almost half of the quart here, so it gets sucked up pretty fast. I did use the brush around the edges because I didn't want to get the roller right up next to the wall. I was scared of getting any paint on the wall. We'll see how that works out when I put the second coat on. If it smooths out, I'm trusting that it will. The smell is not bad. I wouldn't want to sleep in this room right now, but I think in a couple of hours, especially with the fans going here, I think the smell will be greatly reduced and we'll be able to sleep in here. It doesn't smell nearly as bad as I thought it would. Okay, this is our second coat and it's looking pretty good. I have one concern, and I don't know if it's going to be founded or unfounded. Back along the corners and on the edges, I can't get the roller in up there. I can't get the roller up to the wall because if I do, I'll paint the wall. So you have to brush in around the edges, and it doesn't look as filled. It doesn't look as white to me as the rest of it. So we'll see how it dries. I have enough of this left for a third coat if I need to, but I'd end up in the same situation again where I'd have to be doing the brush on the corners because the roller won't go up there. So we'll see how it turns out. The good news is this stuff dries really quick and it doesn't have a lot of smell associated with it. So 2 or 3 hours after you put it on, it's dry and you can't smell it. Okay, we put the enamel down. We put 2 coats on of the enamel because even though the instructions say to only put 1 coat, I felt like it needed another one to be really thick. We did not do the marbling. With this kit, they give you a little thing of paint and you can make it look marbled on top. We don't want to do that. The plain white is fine. Now I'm putting on the final clear coat, and this is what it looks like. It's like painting with skim milk. It's really thin. You're only supposed to put 1 coat on this, so that's all I'm going to do. The challenge here is seeing where exactly I put it on because you can't see it as it goes on. You can see down here, that's the consistency, that's the thickness of it. The enamel paint, it's almost like pancake batter. It's really thick. This is really thin. So anyway, I've gotten 1 whole coat on here, and I don't know if I'm going to verify that I've hit all the spots, but it's already started drying, so I don't want to do too much messing with it. But this is what it looks like. We're going to go away for a few days on a pre-planned trip. When we come back, we're going to remove the tape and show you what it looks like as a finished product. Okay, we put the last coat on here, and then we went away for 3 days, and we're back, and it's nice and dry. It's not as shiny as I thought it would be. I thought it would be a lot shinier than that. But anyway, we're going to take the tape and the plastic off, and when we get it all taken off, we'll come back and show you what it looks like. Okay, we've taken the tape off, and this is what it looks like. Now, it didn't make a nice sharp edge here like I would like, and that's because there was tan caulk in there between the surface and the wall. And so we've got it's not nice and even there. So I think how I'll take care of that is I'll get a tube of bright white caulk and put a nice bead across here, and that'll hide that and make it blend in better. But I'm pleased with what the finish looks like. It's not as glassy on top as I expected. The box leads you to believe that clear coat that you put on is going to make it really shiny. It's not. It's still a little rough to the touch, but that's okay, because what we were trying to do here was to solve the problem of the Formica on the edge that was chipping off. And that was going to continue chipping off because every time we move something and slightly hit the edge, a piece of the Formica would chip off. We don't have that problem anymore, so I'm good with this. Now, it's been drying 4 days. The box says not to put anything heavy on it for 7 days, so we won't do that. We normally have a laundry tub up here in the corner. We won't put the laundry tub back for a while, but I'll put everything else back on the counter because our problem here, for the most part, aside from this little edge, is taken care of.
This is the finished product after he added the white caulk to replace the brown caulk that was there from the manufacturer.